Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Tantrums and Tabletops. Today we're going to have another unboxing video where we are going to be looking at the third edition of Betrayal at House on the Hill by Avalon Hill Games. Betrayal at House on the Hill is a horror-themed game where players will work together to explore a haunted house until something happens when one or more players will turn traitor. From then, the players and all groups will fight against each other for victory. We're a bit late to the party with this being a 2022 released game, but this is something we're going to be playing in our future Tantrums and Tabletops playthrough videos, so we thought we might as well give everybody a chance to see what the game's about and readiness for what's to come. We've also got the second edition of the game here for a little bit of a comparison so we can see what's changed in this new version. First things first, let's open this baby up and we are going to start with the room tiles. I know we're going to do the comparison to the second edition in a moment, but I mean the first thing I notice as soon as I get this out of the box is the bright, vibrant colour. I remember on the older version it was never quite so good as this. Still looks really good quality, everything looks really nice here. We've got the descriptions on the back as well, makes it a bit easier when you're circling through the piles. We've got all of the different levels of the house that you can build on. Again, got the different symbols for whether it's an event room or an omen room or an item room. We've got some of the players and tokens as well. Another thing I noticed straight away is that the detail on the players is so much better than the previous version. Again, we'll show side by side in a moment. Much more obvious, all of the different smaller tokens as well. Again, we'll show you side by side. There's loads of food and videotapes, which is great. All the things you want when you're playing a game. So we've got the rule book here, one of the books that you are allowed to read in comparison to the Trader's Tome and Secrets of Survival, which you're not allowed to read. Got some great quality little minifigures in here though, so great in fact, the quality of this box that I can't get them out. Not allowed. So we're going to start with the character cards and minis. So we got a lot more colour and definition with the new character cards. Matches with the base of the new minis as well, which is really helpful when you're trying to look at where you are on the board. One of the things from the previous version is that although there is a colour match between the mini and the card, it isn't a super obvious one. Some of the characters have got lots of different colours on the minis, which makes it really hard to find them when you're looking across the board. Another thing is that arrow icons are much better quality, and the design of the arrow icons with the cards themselves is much better on this version. One of the things you'll notice straight away if I try to move this or pick it up in any way is that the arrow icons fall off, and also they're about 1,000,000 miles away from the actual number that they're trying to point to. The new version is much better because it really is close to the number, and you can move the character card and it doesn't immediately fall off when anybody nudges the table or anything like that, which if you're playing with a group like us, bunch of idiots, will happen all the time. Generally speaking as well, the new minis are so much better quality. They are a little bit bigger, which is obviously a help. Previous versions come pre-painted. Interesting thing not to do this way around, but I suppose that gives some of you hardcore gamers the ability to paint them yourselves if you want to. So with the new room tiles, again, we've got so much more colour, much more vibrant, much more interesting and eye-catching. Everything in the old version is pretty grey and pretty uninteresting, really. Doesn't make much for some appealing gameplay. And you've also got the addition of a lot of new rooms in this one as well, so some of you that have played the second edition, there's still some fun, new, interesting things that you're not going to have seen before. So they've gone for a more simplified design on the new cards compared to the old ones, but one good difference there is it makes them much more easy to identify. You notice the really bright colours on the new cards here, compared to the old where the different sorts of cards like items, events and omens all look very similar. Again, if you're trying to look through and decide what cards you need, it takes away from that gameplay experience. If you can just see it straight off the bat and grab it, helps you stay sort of embedded within that game. Another really great improvement on the 3rd edition here is that they have greatly reduced the amount of tokens that are actually in the game. So we've got 114 versus what used to be 149. One of the things I remember from playing this with one of my other groups is that it would take you forever and a day to find which token you wanted. There were so many and they all looked the same. We've got a variety of different shapes here and different sizes, colours, everything like that, and because there's so many less of them, it will make it much easier when you're trying to find what you need. Again, it helps you embed within that gaming experience. It doesn't take it away and turn into a game where you've got to find something and it's not even that fun. So in the new version, you don't separate straight away into your 2 separate groups of heroes and traitors as soon as the haunt roll takes place. There's some basic rules that you've got to lay down first, which makes things a little bit easier for everyone involved. I remember previously when playing this game, especially if you're playing with someone who's less experienced, you might find that if they are the traitor and they have to separate from the group, they're trying to understand things about the game that's not very easy to understand as a new player. At least with these ground rules laid down, it makes it easier for everybody to stay involved and have a good time playing, which at the end of the day is the most important thing. That's what we want. And again, of course, we got the new design, makes it look a little bit more interesting. Again, much like the characters and the floor tiles, the design is just a bit more interesting and appealing. Things looked pretty basic in the 2nd edition. Things have really taken a turn for the better in version 3. So to finish off this unboxing video, I'm just going to go through a quick summary of everything we've talked about so far, except for, guess what? I didn't mention loads of the points I meant to mention through this video. So we're going to bring them up now. Summary time. So the general quality overall is just so much better on this version. All of the designs, everything like that looks so much better. And you get everything you need in the box. One of the things with the old version of the game is that the character cards and the little arrow icons just didn't really work. You'd knock the table, anything like that, it would move, and it was really hard to keep track of what level each of your characters was at. You pretty much had to rely on an app that you could get on your phone or tablet that would keep track of your levels for you. Now that everything you need is in the box and functional, it makes it so much easier to play. The differences for triggering the haunt rolls also makes the gameplay generally just better overall. So overall, the 3rd edition is just a big improvement on the previous version. So for those of you who are interested, stay tuned for future videos where the Tantrum and Tabletops crew are going to try and venture into the dark, mysterious house and conquer its secrets. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like what you've seen today. Check out some of our other videos, and remember to stay tuned for future videos where we will be doing some gameplay videos of Betrayal at House on the Hill. I'm just going to run around that time and make sure it's recording. Oh, Jesus Christ.